Today we reflect on key moments before and after World War II, where bravery shaped history. Welcome to Timeless Frames. Let's explore these incredible then and now moments together. German Victory Parade in Paris, June 14, 1940. This historic image shows German troops parading down Avenue Foch after occupying Paris. General Kurt von Briesen oversees the 30th Infantry Division's march. Catholic house transformed into cinema, 1941. This poignant picture shows a Catholic house turned into a cinema by the Germans in 1941. It symbolizes the impact of occupation on local life. Captured German soldiers at Juno Beach, June 6, 1994. This powerful photo captures German soldiers at Juno Beach, awaiting deportation to England. The Villa Denise et Roger is visible in the background. Allied troops' arrival and sniper attack in Paris, August 29, 1944. This image captures the celebration of Allied troops' arrival in Paris, interrupted by sniper fire. Despite the official German retreat, snipers remained, making the celebrations dangerous. U.S. troops in Paris, June 1944. U.S. military vehicles are seen in central Paris in June 1944, marking the city's liberation. The Allied forces secured vital positions during this critical moment. Aachen Town Hall after World War II. This photo shows Aachen Town Hall in ruins at the end of World War II. The building, severely damaged by bombing, was rebuilt in the 1950s. Captured German soldiers at Bernier-sur-Mer, 1944. Captured German soldiers await transport at the Bernier-sur-Mer railway station. The old station is now a tourist office. French self-propelled guns in Paris, August 26, 1944. This image shows French 105mm self-propelled guns in front of Notre Dame during the liberation of Paris. The guns played a key role in the city's recapture. German soldier in Alkmaar, 1941. This photo shows a German soldier in Alkmaar on Long Street in 1941. It reflects the occupation of the Netherlands during World War II. The Money Dam attack, May 1943. This photo captures the aftermath of the Allies' attack on the Money Dam in May 1943. The bombing caused severe flooding, killing 1,600 civilians. Paris barricades, August 1944. This image shows barricades erected by the Paris Resistance in August 1944. These symbolic barriers were a key part of the uprising against German occupation. Villa Denise et Roger, June 6, 1944. This image shows the Villa Denise et Roger in Bernier-sur-Mer, a landmark from the D-Day landings. The region was liberated by Canadian troops on June 6, 1944. What was life like for the German officers stationed in Alkmaar during the World War II occupation? Let's watch. German officers at Wehrmacht headquarters in Alkmaar, 1942. This photo shows German officers in the Wehrmacht headquarters in Alkmaar, 1942. It reflects the occupation of the Netherlands during World War II. Anti-aircraft gun in Paris, September 1944. This photo shows an anti-aircraft gun installed in the Palais de Chaillot Park after the recapture of Paris. It was placed to defend against possible German counterattacks. San Lorenzo, Rome after bombing, July 19, 1943. This image shows the destruction of San Lorenzo, Rome, after an Allied bombing raid on July 19, 1943. The bombing left the area in ruins. Destroyed tram and houses in Gladbeck, 1945. This photo captures the destruction in Gladbeck at the end of World War II. A tram and houses are shown in ruins, with the St. Barbara Hospital's entrance visible in the background. Opera Garnier decorated with swastikas, 1941. This photo shows the Opera Garnier in Paris decorated with swastikas during the German occupation in 1941. The Germans organized concerts, including one by the Berlin Philharmonic. Barricade on Pont Neuf, Paris, August 1944. This photo captures a barricade on the Pont Neuf during the Paris uprising in August 1944. The resistance set up these barricades as Allied forces approached the city. View from the Castle of Caen on destroyed city, 1944. This photo shows the view from the Castle of Caen, overlooking the destruction in the city after the Allied invasion. The bombing raids caused widespread damage. Destroyed school building by Nazi bombing, 1941. This photo shows a school building destroyed by a Nazi bombing in 1941. The devastation highlights the relentless impact of air raids during the war. Last attempt to defend Rome at Porta San Paolo, September 10, 1943. This historical image captures the fierce fighting at Porta San Paolo on September 10, 1943. Despite heavy German forces, Italian soldiers and civilians put up a courageous defense against the occupation. San Lorenzo after bombing, 1943, with Princess Marie-José. This poignant image shows Princess Marie-José inspecting the destruction in San Lorenzo after the 1943 bombing. The area was left in ruins, a testament to the heavy Allied airstrikes. Wehrmacht soldiers in Schagen, Netherlands, 1940. This photo shows Wehrmacht soldiers in the Dutch city of Schagen in 1940. It reflects the German occupation of the Netherlands during World War II. Old bunker used as plant shop, 1945 and 2018. This comparison photo shows an old World War II bunker in 1945, now repurposed as a plant shop in 2018. It illustrates the changes in post-war Europe. Battle of Rome at Porta San Paolo, September 9, 1943. This image depicts the fierce resistance at Porta San Paolo during the Battle of Rome in September 1943. Civilians and soldiers alike fought valiantly to defend the city. How did the horse carts bring hope and survival to refugees at the Abbey of Saint-Étienne after the city's liberation? Let's watch. Horse carts bringing food to refugees, July 10, 1944. This photo shows horse carts bringing food to those sheltering at the Abbey of Saint-Étienne after parts of the city were liberated. It marks a moment of solidarity and survival during the war. Dutch soldiers mobilizing in Alkmaar, 1939. This historical image captures Dutch soldiers mobilizing before the Ambacht School in Alkmaar in 1939. It marks the preparation for war just before the outbreak of World War II. General Meade's headquarters after the Battle of Gettysburg. This historical image shows General Meade's headquarters after the pivotal Battle of Gettysburg. The aftermath reveals the destruction and strategic significance of the site. Dachau concentration camp gas chamber building, 1945. This chilling photo captures the gas chamber building at Dachau concentration camp in 1945. It stands as a grim reminder of the atrocities committed during the Holocaust. British soldier in Argenton. After Allied capture, 1944, this photo captures a British soldier walking through the ruined streets of Argenton after its capture in 1944. The city bore the scars of the fierce battle of the Argenton Falaise Pocket. Destroyed German armor in Chambois, August 1944. This image shows destroyed German armored vehicles in Chambois after Allied air raids. The destruction marks the end of the German retreat through the Falaise Gap. Japanese Imperial Army in Kuala Lumpur, January 1942. This photo shows Japanese Imperial Army troops advancing through Kuala Lumpur during the Malayan Campaign. The city was captured by the Japanese early in the war. 101st Airborne Division in Sainte-Marie-du-Mont, June 6, 1944. This image shows the 101st Airborne Division passing through Sainte-Marie-du-Mont during the Normandy invasion. It was one of the first French cities liberated by the Allies on D-Day. Broken German Panther tank in Chenot, 1944. This photo shows a broken-down German Panther tank in Chenot, Belgium, during 1944. The tank's destruction marks the Allies' advance in the region. Russia. During the Siege of Leningrad, September 1941, this image reflects the harsh conditions of Russia during the Siege of Leningrad. Soviet forces and civilians endured unimaginable hardships during the siege by Nazi Germany. British Bren gunner in Elsen, Germany, April 1945. This photo shows a British Bren gunner taking cover in Elsen, Germany, in April 1945. The British assault marked the final stages of World War II in the region. VE Day victory celebrations in London, May 1945. This image shows large crowds gathering at Mansion House in London to celebrate VE Day. The Lord Mayor of London stands on the balcony during the Allied victory in Europe. Inoperable German Tiger tank in Villers-Bocage, June 1944. This photo shows a German Tiger tank disabled at an intersection during the Normandy invasion. The tank's capture highlights the intensity of the fighting in Villers-Bocage. Otto Funk's unit after Panzer Commander's death, Normandy, 1944. This photo captures Otto Funk and his unit witnessing a grim scene in Normandy, 1944. An anti-tank round has killed a Panzer commander, leaving the tank in disarray. Kaiser Wilhelm Memorial Church in Berlin, 1943. This image shows the damaged Kaiser Wilhelm Memorial Church in Berlin, left in ruins after an air raid. The church stands as a lasting symbol of wartime destruction. Tiger II tank in the Battle of the Bulge, December 1944. This photo shows a German Tiger II tank, also known as the King Tiger, during the Battle of the Bulge in Belgium. The tank's presence marked a pivotal point in the battle. Canadian troops guarding POWs at Juno Beach, 1944. This image shows Canadian troops guarding German POWs on Juno Beach during the Normandy invasion. The beach was one of the most significant battle sites of D-Day. German officers watching Allied tanks in Germany, 1945. This photo captures German officers watching Allied tanks pass by on the Autobahn in 1945. It highlights the defeat and retreat of Nazi forces in the face of the advancing Allies. Red Army troops at the Reichstag, Berlin, April 1945. This photo shows Red Army troops posing in front of the Reichstag during the Battle of Berlin. The fall of the Reichstag marked a decisive victory for the Soviet forces. British paratroopers dead in Arnhem, 1944. This image shows two British paratroopers lying dead on the streets of Arnhem during Operation Market Garden. The failed operation left many casualties in the Netherlands. Opera Garnier decorated with swastikas, 1941. This photo shows the Opera Garnier in Paris adorned with swastikas for a German music festival during the occupation. It reflects the cultural manipulation by Nazi forces. Canadian soldiers on Juno Beach, 1944. This photo shows Canadian soldiers advancing on Juno Beach near Berniers-sur-Mer. It marks a key moment in the liberation of Normandy during D-Day. How did the Allied bombings in 1945 leave their mark on Berlin's Pergamon Altar? Let's watch. Pergamon Altar, damaged by Allied bombing, 1945. This image shows the Pergamon Altar in Berlin, severely damaged by Allied bombings in 1945. The destruction of cultural landmarks marked the widespread impact of the war. 3 Canadian soldiers reunite in Caen, 1944. This poignant image shows 3 Canadian soldiers reuniting in Caen, France, 44 years after their involvement in the 1944 liberation. The scene reflects the enduring bond formed during the battle for the city. U.S. soldiers on the Siegfried Line, 1944. This photo shows U.S. soldiers advancing along the Siegfried Line near the Belgian border in 1944. The rugged terrain and defensive fortifications made the campaign a challenging part of the war. RAF Raiden, England, 1944. This image captures RAF Raiden, an airfield mainly used by the USAF during 1944 in England. It served as a key site for the Allies' air operations during the war. Canadian tanks in Operation Anger, April 1945. This photo shows Canadian tanks in action during Operation Anger, part of the Second Battle of Arnhem in April 1945. The operation played a significant role in the final stages of the war in Europe. German soldiers in Smolensk, 1941. This photo shows German soldiers after capturing the city of Smolensk, Russia, in 1941. The conquest marked an important step in the German advance into the Soviet Union. German soldier surrendering in Hauteville-le-Hubert, 1944. This image shows a German soldier surrendering to U.S. forces in Hauteville-le-Hubert, Normandy, 1944. The surrender symbolized the Allies' growing dominance in the region. U.S. soldiers during the liberation of Nijmegen, 1944. This photo captures U.S. soldiers marching through Nijmegen, Netherlands, during its liberation in 1944. The city's capture was a key milestone in the Allied push through Western Europe. U.S. soldiers on Utah Beach, June 6, 1944. This image shows U.S. soldiers moving over the seawall on Utah Beach near La Madeleine, France, on D-Day. The beach landing was crucial in the Allied invasion of Normandy. 101st Airborne Division paratroopers in Ravenneauville, 1944. This photo shows 101st Airborne Division paratroopers taking a break in Ravenneauville, Normandy, in 1944. The soldiers played a key role in securing the region after D-Day. The 30th Infantry Division soldiers in Place du Châtelet, 1944. This photo captures soldiers of the 30th Infantry Division, known as Roosevelt's SS, in Place du Châtelet, France, in 1944. The division fought fiercely during the liberation of France. What did the surrender of German officers at Juno Beach mean for Normandy's liberation? Let's watch. German officers surrendering to Canadian troops, Juno Beach, 1944. This photo shows German officers surrendering to Canadian troops at Juno Beach in 1944. Their surrender marked a significant step in the liberation of Normandy. Omaha Beach, 1944. This image shows the aftermath of the brutal landing on Omaha Beach in 1944. It represents the high cost of the D-Day assault for both Allied and German forces. U.S. soldiers in crater. During Battle of St. Lo, 1944. This photo shows U.S. soldiers on watch with a Browning M1919 machine gun in a bomb crater during the Battle of St. Lo. The battle was pivotal in the Allied push through Normandy. U.S. soldier checking dead German soldier in Cherbourg, 1944. This image shows a U.S. soldier checking on a dead German soldier in Cherbourg, Normandy, after its capture in 1944. The scene highlights the heavy casualties on both sides during the battle. Dead German soldier in Stavelot, 1945. This photo shows a dead German soldier in Stavelot, Belgium, during the Battle of the Bulge in 1945. The battle was one of the final major German offensives on the Western Front. Russian troops during the Battle of Stalingrad, 1942. This image captures Russian troops during the brutal Battle of Stalingrad. The battle was a turning point in the war, marking the beginning of the Soviet push back against Nazi Germany. Thanks for watching, but wait, did you catch everything? Don't miss out on more incredible stories like this. Hit that subscribe button and turn on the notifications so you're always the first to witness the magic. See you in the next video. Goodbye for now.